Mark, I've been thinking about my weekend plans. I think I'm just going to relax at home, maybe even take a nap or two.
Two naps? What are you, a cat?
Hey, it's a skill. I'm training to be a professional napper. If you need advice, let me know.
So you're gonna nap your way to success? Might as well nap all weekend and dream of being productive.
Exactly. I'll nap so well that I might even dream I'm at the beach.
Sure, that's one way to get to the beach without even leaving the couch.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Speaking English Daily Dose. I'm Sarah, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
Hi, I'm Mark. It's great to have you here. If you're new to our channel, we're all about helping you improve your English speaking skills in the most natural way possible.
Yep, this is the place for real-life English practice. We keep it simple and fun with easy conversations and lots of tips you can use every day.
Today's episode is really special because we're talking about something that every English learner needs to know: future tense.
That's right. We're going to show you how to talk about the future in English using common phrases and different ways to express future actions, from plans and predictions to promises and intentions. This topic is packed with useful stuff.
Before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss any of our helpful lessons. Plus, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments.
All right, let's dive into today's conversation. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's talk about how to use future tense in English.
Sarah, I have to ask, what's your plan for the weekend? Any exciting plans coming up?
Well, actually, I'm thinking about going to a park with some friends. The weather's supposed to be nice, around 20 degrees Celsius, not too hot, not too cold, perfect for a picnic. How about you, Mark?
Oh, that sounds lovely. I think I'm going to catch up on some reading this weekend. I've been so busy lately that I haven't had the chance to read the book I've been wanting to finish.
Yeah, life does get busy, doesn't it? Sometimes I feel like there's never enough time for everything. I always say, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes.
Tell me about it. So, do you usually have a lot of weekend plans, or is it more like you decide last minute?
I usually plan things ahead of time. I like knowing what's coming up, even if it's just something simple like watching a movie at home. How about you, Mark?
I'm the opposite. I tend to decide what I'm doing on the day itself. Sometimes I'll wake up and think, I feel like doing something today. And other times I just stay home and relax.
Yeah, that's pretty chill. But speaking of plans, I notice we're talking a lot about future stuff already, like what we're going to do this weekend.
Oh, you're right. So we've already started practicing how to talk about the future. But let's be real, sometimes it's tricky to figure out the right way to say things, like how do we talk about something that hasn't happened yet, but we know is going to happen?
Exactly. That's what we're going to help everyone with today. Let's get into it.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the most common way we talk about the future in English. It's using will. This is something we use all the time, especially when we're making spontaneous decisions or predicting what will happen.
Right. We use will to talk about something that's going to happen in the future, especially if it's a decision made at the moment of speaking. For example, I think I will go to the park tomorrow. It's simple, and we use it for something we've just decided. It's like saying, I'm deciding right now that I will do it.
Exactly. You know, we often use will when we're thinking about what's going to happen next, like when we predict the future. For instance, I will say it's going to rain this afternoon. It's a prediction, right? I don't know for sure, but I feel like it's going to happen.
Yes, that's totally right. When we're not sure, but we're guessing, will is perfect for predictions. For example, it will be sunny tomorrow. We think it's going to be sunny, but it's not 100% guaranteed. It's just a guess based on what we know, like the weather forecasts.
Exactly. It's a pretty safe way to talk about future events when we think they're going to happen. So let me ask you, what's something you will do this week? Something you've already decided on?
Well, I will definitely finish my new book. I started reading it last week, and it's so good. I've already decided that I will finish it by the end of this week.
Ooh, what book is it? I'm curious now.
It's called The Alchemist. It's a great story about following your dreams and finding your purpose in life. The main character goes on a journey to discover the true meaning of life, and it's just so inspiring.
Nice. I will have to check it out soon. I love a good story with an important message. You know, it's funny, we often use will for predictions too. For example, if I look outside and see the clouds, I will say it's going to rain this afternoon.
That's true. And we use will a lot for predictions, like, it will be sunny tomorrow. It's something we think will happen in the future based on what we already know. We're not 100% sure, but we believe it's likely.
Exactly. And you know what? Sometimes it's also about making plans that feel spontaneous. For instance, I will go to the store later. I just decided that right now, in the moment.
Yes, that's a perfect example of how will works when you're deciding in the moment. It's like, I've just thought about it and now I'll do it. It's not something that you planned ahead of time, it's just a decision you make while speaking.
Yeah, it's really flexible. It can be used for so many different situations. Now, let's talk about another way to talk about the future. That's using going to. Do you know when we use that, Sarah?
Yes, we use going to when we have a plan or intention. It's for something that we've already decided on and is planned ahead of time. For example, I'm going to visit my family next weekend. I've already made that decision and it's happening in the future.
That's right. Going to is used for plans or intentions that are already in place. It's not something spontaneous like will, but rather something we've thought about and decided beforehand. Like me, this weekend I am going to try a new restaurant. It's supposed to be really good, and I've already made a plan with a friend to go.
That sounds delicious. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So, what do you think? What's the difference between I will go to the restaurant and I'm going to go to the restaurant?
Hmm. Well, I will go sounds more like a decision I'm making right now. Maybe I just thought of it at this moment and said, I'll go. Whereas I'm going to go sounds more like a plan I've already decided on and arranged. It's like I've made the plan earlier and I'm just telling you what's going to happen.
Exactly. So when you say I'm going to go, it's like you've already thought about it. You've made the decision and you're just telling someone what's going to happen. It feels more settled and decided. It's not like a quick decision made in the moment.
That's a great way to explain it. And you know, I think a lot of learners get confused between these two. But once you know the difference, it's easy to decide which one to use depending on the situation.
Definitely. Now, here's something else. What if we talk about something we arranged to do? For that, we use the present continuous. This one is used when you've already made a specific arrangement or plan that involves someone else. For example, I am meeting my friends tomorrow.
Right. So the difference here is that it's not just something you want to do, it's something that has already been set up. You've made an arrangement, maybe with someone else. Like me, I am seeing a movie this weekend with my brother. We've already got the tickets and everything. It's planned.
Exactly. It's not just a thought or an idea, it's something that has been organized and arranged. So the present continuous is perfect for this. For example, I am seeing my doctor next week for a checkup. It's something that's already set.
Yeah, that's a good one. So now we know will is for spontaneous decisions and predictions, going to is for plans we've already decided, and the present continuous is for arrangements. But what if we talk about something that's less certain, something that might happen, but we're not sure?
Ah, for that, we can use might or may. These words show that something is possible, but not guaranteed. For example, I might go to the beach if the weather is nice. It's not a plan, but it's something that could happen.
Right. Might and may are used when we're not sure about something, but we think there's a possibility. It's more of a guess or an uncertainty, not a definite plan. Like, I may take a day off next week, but I haven't decided yet.
Exactly. It's like saying, I don't know for sure, but it could happen. We use might or may when we want to keep things open ended.
Now, there's also another word we use sometimes when we're being very formal or polite. It's shall. We use shall when we make offers or suggestions, especially in more formal English. For example, shall we go for a walk? Or I shall return your book tomorrow.
Yes, shall is more old-fashioned and formal, and you don't hear it much in casual conversation, but it's still used in certain situations, like when making polite offers or suggestions. You might also hear it in British English more than American English.
Exactly. Shall is less common in everyday speech, but it's still useful when you're being formal or polite. For example, shall I open the window sounds more formal than simply saying, can I open the window?
Definitely. So now that we've covered a few ways to talk about the future, let's dive into some examples and see how we use them naturally in conversation. I think it'll be helpful for everyone to see how this works in real life.
Let's do it. I love examples. They make everything much clearer.
Okay, so here's a simple one. I will go to the store later. This is a quick decision, right? Maybe I just thought of it and decided it.
Right. And if you said, I'm going to go to the store later, that would mean it's something you've already decided on earlier. It's part of your plan for the day.
Exactly. And if you said, I am meeting my friend at the store later, that would mean it's already arranged. You've made plans with your friend.
Perfect. Those are great examples. And now for something more uncertain, I might go to the beach this weekend if the weather is nice. It's a possibility, but I'm not sure yet.
And for a formal suggestion, shall we go to the beach tomorrow? It's a polite way to ask someone if they'd like to go.
I love how each structure fits into different situations. So now we've gone through a lot of examples. I think everyone has a good understanding of how to use will, going to, and the present continuous for future plans, predictions, and arrangements.
Exactly. And now you know how to express uncertainty with might or may, and even offer or suggest with shall. It's all about knowing when to use each one in different situations.
And the more you practice, the easier it gets. So we hope this conversation helped you understand how to talk about the future in English. Keep practicing these structures and you'll feel confident using them in your daily conversations.
All right, let's dive into some essential vocabulary that'll help you talk about the future in English. These are words you'll hear and use all the time, and understanding them will make your English sound more natural. First up, we have will.
Exactly. We use will when we're talking about future actions or decisions we make right at the moment of speaking. So if you suddenly decide to do something, you'd use will. For example, if I decide right now that I'm going to go to the park tomorrow, I'd say, I will go to the park tomorrow. It's an immediate decision, right?
Right. And another example could be, I will call you later. That's something I've just decided in the moment. It's not a plan that I made earlier. I'm deciding now.
Exactly. And a common mistake here is mixing up will with going to. Will is for decisions made right now. So don't say, I will go to the store tomorrow if you've already planned it. That's when you should use going to, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, that's right. Now let's talk about going to. We use going to when we talk about future plans or intentions that we've already made before speaking. So, for example, if I've already decided that I'm going to visit my family next weekend, I'd say, I'm going to visit my family next weekend.
That's right. You've already thought about it and made the plan. And a new example could be, I'm going to study for my test tomorrow. It's not something I've just decided now. It's a plan I've had for a while.
Exactly. And a common mistake people make is using going to when they're making a decision in the moment. So if you suddenly decide to do something, don't say, I'm going to go to the store. Instead, you should say, I will go to the store, because it's a decision made right now.
Yeah, exactly. Will is for decisions made in the moment, and going to is for plans or intentions that were already set. All right, let's move on to something else we use to talk about the future, the present continuous.
Yes, the present continuous is used for plans or arrangements that are already set. So if you've already made plans with someone and you're just confirming them, you'd use the present continuous. For example, if I've already arranged to meet my friends tomorrow, I'd say, I'm meeting my friends tomorrow. It's not something I'm just deciding now, it's a plan I already made.
Exactly. You've already arranged it and it's confirmed. A new example could be I'm taking a vacation next month. It's something that's already arranged and I'm just letting you know about it.
Right. So the key here is that the present continuous is for things that are already arranged. Don't use it for things that are still just ideas or plans in your head. For example, don't say, I'm meeting my friends tomorrow unless the plan is already set in stone.
Yes, and now what if we want to talk about something that might happen, but we're not 100% sure? That's where might comes in.
Exactly. Might is used to talk about something that's possible, but it's not definite. So if I'm not sure whether I'll go to the beach this weekend because of the weather, I might say, I might go to the beach if the weather is nice.
Right. It's all about uncertainty. It's not a strong plan, just a possibility. Another example could be, I might go to a concert next weekend. It's something that could happen, but I'm not completely sure yet.
Exactly. So remember, might is for when something is uncertain. Don't use it for definite plans or decisions. And while we're on the topic of uncertainty, we also have may.
Ah, yes. May is very similar to might, and it's also used to express possibility. For example, I may take a day off next week. Again, it's something that could happen, but it's not definite.
Right. And a new example could be, she may join us for dinner later. It's a possibility, but we're not sure yet.
Exactly. And a common mistake here is thinking may and might are exactly the same. While they both express possibility, may is often considered a little more formal than might.
Yes, so you'll hear may used more in formal situations or in written English. Might is more common in casual speech. Now, let's talk about shall.
Ah, shall. It's used for offers, suggestions, or formal future actions. For example, if I want to make a suggestion, I might say, shall we go for a walk? It's a polite, formal way to ask.
Exactly. You can also use shall to make an offer. For example, shall I open the window? It's a polite way of offering to do something for someone.
Right, but remember, shall is not something we use all the time in everyday conversation. It's more formal, and you'll hear it more in British English, especially when you're making suggestions or offers. In American English, you're more likely to hear should or let's in these situations.
Yes, it's important to remember that shall is not commonly used in casual speech, unless you're being formal or polite. So don't feel like you have to use it all the time. It's good to know, though, for when you're in formal settings or want to sound more polite.
Exactly. And finally, let's talk about plan. A plan is a detailed idea of what you will do in the future. If you've already decided on something and you've thought about it carefully, you'd say, I plan to go shopping tomorrow.
That's right. A plan is something that's already thought out. So you're not just deciding at the moment, like with will, and you're not talking about something uncertain, like with might. A plan is something you've already figured out. For example, we plan to visit the museum next month.
Exactly. And a common mistake here is confusing a plan with a hope. A hope is something you want to happen, but a plan is something you've already decided to do and have thought about in detail. For example, you might hope to go to the beach, but if you've already decided and arranged it, then it's a plan.
Right. So remember, plan is for things you've already decided on, while hope is for things you want to happen but haven't arranged yet.
Exactly. And that's it for today's vocabulary breakdown. These words and phrases are so useful for talking about the future, and the more you practice, the easier it will be to know when to use each one.
Absolutely. Keep practicing and you'll get the hang of it in no time. The key is to use the right structure at the right time, depending on whether you're talking about something spontaneous, planned, uncertain, or formal. Keep going and your future conversations in English will be more natural than ever.
All right, let's wrap it up and recap what we've learned today.
Absolutely. We've covered a lot, so let's break it down. First, we went over will, which is the most common way to talk about future actions. Will is used when we're making decisions in the moment, right? If I suddenly decide to do something like, I will go to the park tomorrow, that's a quick decision I've made right now.
Exactly. And we also use will for predictions, like when we're guessing what will happen in the future. For example, it will be sunny tomorrow. It's not a guarantee, but it's a reasonable guess based on what we know.
Then we moved on to going to. This one's for plans and intentions, things we've already decided before we start speaking. So if I've already decided I'm visiting my family next weekend, I would say I'm going to visit my family next weekend. It's something I've thought about in advance.
Right. So going to is for pre-planned actions, not things we decide right at the moment. For instance, I'm going to try a new restaurant this weekend. Shows that I've made the decision ahead of time and it's something I'm looking forward to.
Next up, we discussed the present continuous for future arrangements. This is used when we have specific plans that are already set, especially when they involve other people. For example, if I've arranged to meet my friends tomorrow, I'd say I'm meeting my friends tomorrow.
Exactly. It's not just a plan in your head, it's something that's been arranged. Another example could be, I am taking a vacation next month. The vacation is already planned, and I'm just letting you know about it.
So far, we've covered how to talk about the future when it's decided now, planned in advance, or arranged with someone else. But what if we want to talk about something uncertain or possible? That's where might and may come in. These words help us express possibility or uncertainty about future events.
Right. For example, I might go to the beach this weekend if the weather is nice. I'm not sure yet. It depends on the weather, so might is perfect for this situation. And may works the same way. For instance, I may take a day off next week, meaning it's a possibility, but I haven't decided yet.
Exactly. Both might and may give us a way to express uncertainty. But we also touched on shall for formal offers or suggestions. This is a bit more polite and less casual than what we usually use in everyday speech, but it's still really useful.
Yes, if I wanted to make a polite suggestion, I could say, shall we go for a walk? It's not something you'd hear every day, but it's perfect for making offers in a formal setting. And just to clarify, shall is more common in British English than American English, where people often use should or let's instead.
So, to sum up everything, we've covered a variety of ways to talk about the future in English, whether it's for decisions made right now, plans we've thought about, arrangements we've made, or uncertain possibilities. You now know how to express these ideas using will, going to, the present continuous, might, may, and shall.
Exactly. You now have all the tools you need to talk about the future in English in a natural and clear way. Remember, it's all about choosing the right structure based on what you're talking about and how certain you are about it.
Great job, everyone. Keep practicing these structures in your own conversations, and you'll sound natural talking about the future in no time.
Absolutely. Don't forget to keep using what you've learned today, and soon enough, talking about the future will feel just as easy as talking about the present.
Now for the question of the day. We really want to hear from you in the comments.
Here's your question. What are you going to do this weekend? We're curious to know what you've got planned.
For example, you could say, I'm going to relax at home, or I'm going to visit my friends. Just let us know what your weekend looks like.
We'd love to hear your plans. Share them in the comments below and let's get the conversation going. Don't be shy. We can't wait to read what you're up to.
Thanks so much for listening today. We hope you enjoyed learning about how to talk about the future in English.
Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Speaking English Daily Dose for more great lessons.
We release new videos every week, so stay tuned for more fun and helpful lessons to improve your English.
Keep practicing, and remember, it's all about making English a part of your everyday life. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.